Okay, so today you get to see inside my home a little bit, and we get to talk about some issues that I've had. And this, as a new homeowner or an existing homeowner, especially if you're getting ready to sell, you have to start looking at these things. So what happened is, a few days ago, we discovered mold out. Here's where the thing came. There was a system under the sink, reverse osmosis. I know a lot of people have these. And what happened is, an O-ring failed and there was just a little leak. It wasn't like it was flooding everywhere. It was just drip, drip, drip. Well, you'll find out that drip, drip, drip comes to actually cost you thousands of dollars. So, as you can see here, this is all partitioned off and everything. You got negative pressure going out, and they're actually like pumping all of the bad air outside of the house. So, yeah, of course you can hear all the construction going on. Here's the thing. You may not ever notice that there's a dripping going on. That drip could be at the back of the sink under the kitchen cabinet or something. You may never see it until there's some kind of telltale sign like, I don't know, mold. So I just wanted to give this as a warning to you and start some of the things that you need to start thinking about as a homeowner or a potential homeowner. Now, first of all, let's talk about being a potential homeowner. You need to actually have your inspector start to look for things like this mold. Some of the places it's going to have, of course, under the kitchen sink, under the bathroom sinks. Now, normally mold is not as big of a deal here in the southern Nevada area because of how much, or at least how dry it is or everything. But if it's consistent and it's just dripping, 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 that gives an environment for mold to happen. So here are some tips I give you. First of all, your inspector, when they're doing a visual inspection. They're only looking at things they can see. Make sure they go a little bit beyond that, because I've talked to inspectors who will say they'll look down and they've seen work done, but if they're a little more enterprising, they may pull a few things back, and that's when they find all of the mold and everything else that's bad. If you see new work under a cabinet, you have your SRPD, your seller real property disclosure. Make sure that it has something in there about that mold. Maybe it happened to the previous owner, but ask that question. Why is there new stuff underneath that cabinet? Normally people aren't going to change that out unless something has happened. And of course, you got the people who want to be cheap. It's called Clorox. And they just spray some Clorox on there, paint it over, and call it good. That is not good. So some of the other things, as you're sitting around in your Monday morning quarterback, have hindsight 2020. One of the things I thought about is a while back I actually purchased moisture meters. The entire purpose of moisture meters, like you're weighing, you have a leak in the washing machine or something, then at least you can catch it early. Well, first of all, dumb me, I just put them away and never even used them. Most importantly, you actually need to get these things. And now I'm going to take the ones that I have and I'm going to place them under this sink and the sink of every bathroom in this house, along with the laundry room. That little $150 that you spend can save you thousands of dollars down the line. Next thing you have to think about, your insurance. I've been very fortunate that my insurance is actually going to cover this. Do you know that not every insurance policy will cover this, or every insurance company? Especially according to where you live in this country, you need to start reviewing that policy. Find out if you even have mold coverage. Most importantly, a mold company like this one, they're doing a great job here, they're pulling everything out. Their job isn't to put the stuff back, aka restore it. Make sure you have restoration insurance. So I would suggest you go out as soon as possible, go over your policy, Find out what you get, if you have mold coverage or not, and if you have full restoration insurance. Also, some things are not covered even when you have all of that. Like the plumbing issue that caused this is actually not covered. That's considered an appliance. Now, the work for a plumber to trace down the leak is covered, but fixing the leak that caused this is not covered. Again, check your policy. Start doing some little inspections around your house because, let's be honest, your house, even in today's market, can be your greatest investment. Make sure you are taking care of your investments. Monthly, at very least, check to see if you have mold and try to trace that down if you have it. Other places you may have issues, not just the sinks, not just the laundry room. What about out in your garage? Well, you have a water heater. I'm not going to say hot water heater, I know that gets some people off, but you do have a water heater out in the garage. Make sure you're looking at that. And it's kind of strange. So when you put a water heater in these days, you're actually supposed to put a pan in to catch any runoff. Well, that's all good and fine, but not everyone has one, and the current regulations don't require you to put it in except for when you put in a new water heater. What if your water heater's 10 years old, back before they required these? You have nothing to catch that. On top of that, that's great. You've got a pan there to catch your water. The pan has a lip this big. What happens when your water heater leaks? It's going to go over that pan, so it kind of doesn't make too much sense. Now, some will have a little spigot portion where it'll kind of direct the water away. Make sure that's there. And then what's in the way of it? Great, you just direct it away, but you have a whole bunch of valuable stuff in your garage. It's still going to get ruined. Again, get with your insurance agent. Find out what your coverage is. Now, these are important homeowner steps, and even new homeowner steps. Check it, because I guarantee you, there is somebody out there, instead of doing full remediation, they're going to just go with the remediation of Clorox. 100% Clorox in a bottle, spray, 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 and paint. Be very careful of Clorox and paint. Okay, if you have any questions, reach out. We've got some good folks to get you in touch with. If you do have a problem, arrest it quickly. Because the quicker you arrest that problem, the less money you'll have, and the less you'll have fans like this going on and sounds like this. Now, as we go through this, what are some other things to think about? Well, if your insurance company does cover this and you've gone through your insurance, make sure you document when things happen. Be very careful what you say, because not every insurance company wants to pay you. You know how an insurance company makes profit? It's collecting money and then not paying it out. So we're going to ask you questions like, well, did you notice it? Did you do this? They're trying to trap you into giving up your money. In other words, for them not to pay. So make sure you get your ducks in a row before you call. The second you discover it, do not wait. Contact your insurance company, except for the waiting that you need to do is making sure that you have your ducks in a row, because they're going to be asking you all kinds of leading questions. And not every insurance company is going to do this. You got better insurance companies than some. If you have Mr. No Name brand insurance, their goal, if they even cover you, Mr. No Name is probably not going to cover you. But if they did cover you, there's a good chance that they're going to be asking you leading questions to get out of paying. So you don't want to end up in that situation. You want your claim covered. And it's about for anything that happens around your house. Make sure you find out why they're asking that question. It may seem innocent, like you're at the side of the road talking to a police officer. They're not being friendly. They're fishing. The insurance company is fishing because they, in the end, for the majority of them, do not want to pay you. Check out your insurance also. Do they actually pay claims? It's like warranty companies. Fortunately, I have a home warranty even after all these years, so it's going to cover some things. If I had to get that done, you need to make sure that they're going to be covering things. This actually goes into another. I just had a client. They closed last week on their house. 2 days later, when they showed up to the house, that afternoon, they had a plumbing leak. And I don't mean a little plumbing leak, like drip, drip, drip. I mean a big, hairy, juicy plumbing leak. So the first thing I went was like, you need to take care of it right now, because I'm living through this. I did not want her to live through that. Now, here's the thing. I only use home warranty companies that are reputable, and when she called the home warranty company, they said something about they didn't cover it. So my theory is she didn't ask the right thing. So I'm about to reach out to my contacts at the warranty company, because I've never had a complaint about this warranty company. And I'll even tell you who they are outright. And it's why I use is Old Republic Home Warranty. Some of the things they do is when you buy a house, they actually have rekeying services. So you can go in and rekey your house. You don't have to sit around and worry about that stuff. So I'm going to reach out to the home warranty company, Old Republic. I know they're going to take care of it. I've never had an issue. Like I said, they cover little things like when you buy your house, they will actually cover the keying service. One of the other reasons I like to use Old Republic is, to be honest, here in Las Vegas, a lot of work that's supposed to be permitted gets done without a permit, and it gets done improperly. If you have anything but the most basic coverage, they actually will bring everything up to code for you. This is a very important thing, especially when it comes time to sell your house, if you're getting any warranty work done, and for your future. So with that, always look for ways to arrest water. Water will destroy your home faster than anything else. Go to Amazon, that's where I got them from. Just look up water sensors. Get those, you plug them up to your Wi-Fi system. You'll have a little app. Anything happens, you get a warning. It is much better to get a warning, fix a little bit of water damage, than not to get a warning and look down and have mold. This mold is, and the water has actually permeated out to the outer wall. It has gone into another room. We go in there in a second. They let me in because, you know, they're trying to mitigate the mold here. They've ripped up the carpet. They've got to do that because the carpet is damp and it could have mold and mildew and everything else that could harm the family. They've actually got like cut that wall out and everything. This is serious stuff. You don't want to